Hey everyone. So in a previous video, I asked if you had any questions you'd like to ask. They've been flooding in, so I'm going to do a quick Q&A, sort of quick fire video now to answer some of those. So question 1 was, if you could have any superpower like the characters in your book, what would it be and why? So I would love to have Titch's dancing ability. I don't know if that counts as a superpower, but I'm going to take it anyway, because it's a bit like Yoda in that lightsaber scene when he's facing Count Dooku in Attack of the Clones, but imagine like a massive golden armor giant doing that. So to be able to do that would be really cool, right? So yeah, Titch's dancing ability. Next question, do you have a favourite character in Bit Bob Artificial Earth? If so, who is it and why? So my favourite character is everybody's favourite character, which is Iyama. So she's got some great one-liners. She doesn't suffer fools, but you know that she's got like this softer side as well, and she's a badass hacker as well, so what's not to like? Next question. So what is your go-to snack or drink whilst you're writing? I tend to write in the kitchen on an evening, just sat at the kitchen table, and I'll have just a small rum or whiskey on the rocks just to kind of sip and keep me going. So no snacks, but I do have a little bit of rum or whiskey when I'm writing. Next question. If you could live in any fictional world for a day, which one would it be and what would you do? So this one, I had to think about this one for a while. So I think it'd be Rorschach from Brandon Sanderson's Stormlight Archive series. And I would want to watch some shard bearers in a big fight. I think would be pretty cool. So great question. And yeah, it'd be Rorschach and I would want to watch some shard bearers. Next question. What's the weirdest thing you've ever Googled for research whilst writing your book? Oh man, there'll be so many and so many weird ones that I've totally forgotten about. So what have I Googled? The dimensions for the Statue of Liberty, so that was important, and those of you who've read the book will know why. So that was really interesting, trying to work out the relative height of the Statue of Liberty compared to other things. The temperature of the Earth's crust is one that I had to do recently for book 2 when I was doing some research. And what else? Oh, what the hexadecimal code is for a dog. And that appears quite early in the book. So yeah, it's just the thing you have to do as a writer is do really weird Google searches. If you could meet any author, dead or alive, who would it be and what would you ask them? So I think I would want to meet Stieg Larsson, who is the author of the Girl with the Dragon Tattoo series. So I don't know how many people know, but he died before the books were released. So the manuscripts for The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo were found on his death. So I'd just like to meet him and tell him how awesome his stories are, how awesome his books are, because the character Iyama that I mentioned earlier definitely has a Lisbeth Salander sort of vibe to her. There was definitely some influence there. So yeah, that's who I would want to meet. What's your favourite part about being a writer? So this is going to sound strange, but I don't actually think I am a writer. I think I'm a storyteller that's chosen writing as the medium to tell the story. So for me, I find the process of getting the story down on a page incredibly cathartic, and to see where my imagination takes me and where the characters are going to go as part of just getting completely lost in the zone when I'm in the flow of writing. It's just a really magical thing. So yeah, I think I'm a storyteller rather than a writer, but yeah, that bit of an odd answer, but there you go. That's the one I'm giving. Next question. If Bit Bob Artificial Earth had a theme song, what would it be? So that's actually something I want the readers to decide. Music's got such an important influence on my life. I play the guitar, listen to music, and listen to lyrics, and it's such an emotive thing is music. And that's definitely creeps into my writing and into the book. So yeah, there's instances in Bit Bob Artificial Earth where Bob plays music from the archive, and I've said what I think's playing when he does that, but I want the reader to make up their own minds and come up with their own playlists of songs to their own playlist for the book, and there's some prompts right at the back of the book, and you can go on bitbob.net and have a look at the songs that I've chosen and kind of why I chose them. So yeah, great question. If Bit Bob Artificial Earth were turned into a movie, who would you want to play the main character? That's a tricky one. I'm not sure who would play Bob, to be honest. I think Titch might be somebody like Idris Elba. Sonny, maybe Karen Gillan, maybe. don't know. And maybe sticking with the Doctor Who theme, perhaps the Butcher could be someone super dramatic and Shakespearean, maybe like David Tennant, perhaps. I think the overriding thing to take away here is that maybe don't put me in charge of casting should there ever come a day where it was made into a movie. I'm not going to be any good at it. So yeah. What's next for you is the next question. So book 2 is what's next for me. I'm well over halfway through writing it. I'm really pleased with how it's coming along. I'm just completely obsessed with it, just like I was with book 1. And it really builds on the first book. Just as much adventure, just as much action, just as much wild and wonderful characters and scenery and scene setting. So yeah, I can't wait to share it with everyone. I'm looking forward to releasing it this year. It should be out before Christmas, definitely. And then the last question I got is, Dad, can I borrow a tenner? So I'm assuming that's from my daughter, Amaya. So the answer to that is yes, if it's for a book, darling. But if it's just to buy a load of tat from Shein, then no, sorry. That's it, guys. Thanks for firing your questions in. Cheerio. Ta-ra for now.